Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Data. So before I make this video about the Legolas ICO, I first want to apologize to everyone who I sent a round 0 and round 1 invite link to. Apparently those links weren't supposed to be sent out. It was only to a specific number of people, and United States investors aren't able to participate in this ICO. So there was some miscommunication, and about halfway through I found out that US investors weren't allowed. So I just took those videos down because it caused more confusion than it was worth. So now I'm just going to go over the advantages of the Legolas ICO and exactly why I'm so bullish on this exchange. And even though US investors can't participate, I want to be able to explain it, because I know there's everyone outside of the United States. So I want to explain that, as well as if you were a United States investor, then they're going to start their KYC process next week, starting about January 22nd. And during that, if it shows that you're a US customer, then they'll refund you your Bitcoin. So I just want to put that out there before I start this video. Sorry for the confusion, but yeah, it is what it is. So now let's go over Legolas ICO and exactly why I'm so bullish on this exchange. And whenever they do have their beta release, or their public release, sorry, in Q3, I'm definitely going to be jumping on this. So with that, you can see on their page, it's 12 days, 7 hours, and 26 minutes until their public sale. So their public sale is going to start February 1st. Now, February 1st, it's not open to US investors, but everyone else outside of the United States can participate in this public ICO. So the sale cap is 2,000 Bitcoin, and I believe it's going to be 5,000 Satoshis per LGO token. So that's going to be great. I believe it's going to last for 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And so you'll be able to participate in that if you are not in the United States. So exactly what is Legolas and why am I so bullish on it? Well, as the name implies, it is an exchange. So it's a hybrid model between a decentralized and a centralized exchange. It takes the best of both worlds and combines them into one. It has better security, it has fair technology, and it's able to handle high throughput. So in their website here, you can see that basically they describe what they're trying to do, and then they go over the problems that the exchanges now have. And they also go over the process and how it's not efficient. And then it explains their roadmap here that they're going to release their beta version to certain institutions in Q1 of 2018. And then Q3 of 2018 is when they're going to release their fully made version 1 release of their exchange, when everyone should be able to participate in it. So as we scroll here, we see their white paper. We're going to go over that, but it shows their team as well. It shows their token ICOs. So you can see round 0, round 1, and then round 2, which they're going to start on February 1st. So they already sold out of round 0, and round 1 actually sold out, I believe, in 11 days. So they there's definitely some traction. There's a lot of people investing in this right now. So let's go on their white paper. So on their white paper, basically they start out explaining the downfalls that exchanges have right now. So one of the first things that it mentions is lack of security. So right now, as you know, with Mt. Gox and a couple other exchanges, there's been Bitcoin theft. Okay, hackers have hacked the exchanges, and that's why everyone's very weary about keeping their money on an exchange, because of that vulnerability. And then it also talks about weak authentication. Okay, so right now we're all using Google two-factor authentication when we log in, but it shows here that that's actually not as secure as people think, and it's still subject to phishing attacks. And then here it says there's no deposit security. So basically, companies can lock your Bitcoin and hold it if they need to, and there's really no security, if you make a deposit there. And then also large fiat transactions are laborious. It can take a long time. The transactions can get clogged. And then there's also price manipulation. So as you've seen, a lot of pump and dumps. There's they call it front running, and then there's no transparent price formation. So basically, it says the issues mentioned above are major obstacles to the transparent price evaluation and consequently to the creation of financial products like ETFs. So they're going to fix that. And then also, lack of transparency. So there's a lot of exchanges that, they've been requested to get audited and they haven't participated in that. So again, if companies don't want to get audited, how are you supposed to trust them? And then again, latency. So as you know, Bittrex, I knew for a while they had really bad latency problems because there's a lot of people on the exchange and they couldn't handle it. So explains here how exactly they're going to fix that. And there's a lot of great points on here. And the more I read this white paper, the more I like it. one of the first things they're mentioning here is theft-proof wallets and features. So they're going to partner with Mako Securities, Oscar Gruss, and Ledger to provide the following security features. So basically, they're going to have they're going to pair with like global banks, and they're going to have your funds in certain secure wallets. So they're not going to just keep your funds all in one wallet like a lot of exchanges do. They're going to branch them out. They're going to have dedicated HSM storage, which is optional service for clients. And HSM is hardware security module. So that's kind of like almost cold storage with Ledger. And they're going to keep your code in a vault just in case, should the client lose her key, then it will be retrieved from the bank. So, I mean, they have all these different methods of storing your funds, and it's amazing. I mean, I can't believe they're, implementing all of these different things into their exchange, as well as they have authentication. So it says simple login and password won't be allowed on Legolas. They'll enforce secure two-factor authentication protection with FIDO UTF support and or client certificates. So they mention here, weak two-factor authentication like Google Authenticator won't be authorized or only temporarily tolerated since they're vulnerable to phishing attacks. And then here they're going to have secure web services. So, that's going to help as well for hacking on their exchange. So they're going to provide extra security with that. And then secure company policies and also security audits and certification. So I mentioned the transparency aspect. So they're going to be getting audits. They're going to be really transparent with what they're doing. This is amazing that they're including all of this for their exchange. They're really trying to, one up the competition right now. And they're also focusing on large fiat crypto deposits and withdrawals. So again, it says clients will be able to deposit and withdraw both fiat currencies and cryptocurrencies. They'll create a reliable, scalable, and secure deposit and withdrawal systems. So, being able to do this in large quantities is going to be a game changer for the community, and it'll be, unleashing new inflows and a lot more volume into this exchange. So that's amazing. They're going to focus on front-running proof and prevent security measures to prevent that, traceability and auditability, and then also latency. So what they're going to do here is, I mentioned latency can be a problem if it's lagging while you're trying to trade. And basically, with their technology that they have, they're going to be able to fight this problem so that they don't have latency on their exchange. And it mentions further down that the way they're going to handle transactions is kind of similar to Bitcoin's Lightning Network. So instead of just, one-to-one, they're going to pool all those transactions and make it a lot more efficient to be able to handle loads more transactions, versus other exchanges right now. So that's amazing. And here it explains basically the problems that exchanges have right now and their solution. So again, they're really, really up in the competition right here, and they're really creating a lot of solutions that, are faced by current exchanges right now. And then it goes over their protocol here, and it explains exactly, how everything is implemented in their process. And then we scroll down here and we can see again the high throughput. So see, it says the scaling method can be compared to what the Bitcoin community is developing through the Lightning Network. So again, that's another advantage. And then the user interface. So it's going to provide very responsive user interface and to support a large number of simultaneous connections. So that's going to be great. And then this, I love this as well. So a lot of people complain that exchanges don't have stop loss orders. Only a couple of them do. So it says the first version of their engine will support the following types of orders: limit orders, market orders, and stop loss orders. So again, that's a game changer. I know a lot of people want to use stop loss orders, but they can't. And again, this is helping you protect your profits. So that's another pro. And then here it explains the blockchain and how it's formulated, and then also provides, full stack tools and functionalities. So it'll provide a full track record of past investments and trades and how they performed, and then portfolio analysis tools. So you can basically look at your profits, losses, and then basically you can break everything down. And the big thing too is this tax document and audit log. So as you know, taxes are really, really, they're really in the forefront right now. A lot of people are wondering, hey, how am I going to log all of my transactions? How am I going to report it for taxes? Well, it says here, for institutional clients and others who request it, Legolas Exchange will have an opt-in functionality that lets clients keep a detailed log of all transactions in order to automatically create tax documents. So that's amazing. If you request it, then you should be able to get this feature. I'm not sure on the specifics of it, but again, if this feature is available to everyone who requests it, then that'd be amazing. Because you can just keep everything in one file for a tax document that you can submit afterwards when taxes come around. And then again, it mentions that it takes the advantages of centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges and combines them into a hybrid model. So not really many exchanges have done this, if any, and they're doing this and they're providing, transparency, but again, security. So that's amazing. I love what they're doing here. They're really trying to take the best of both worlds and make it easier for their users. And then here it basically mentions a couple popular exchanges and if they do or don't have these these certain processes here. And you can see Legolas has all of these. So, on-chain, trustless, front-running proof, throughput, fiat, and external blockchain token. So all of these here it provides you. And then again, it breaks down here. Now, this is another thing. And I know I keep, getting excited, but a lot of this stuff is like a first for exchange. So transaction fees, it says they won't charge any transaction fees. Instead, they're going to use their LGO tokens to be used as fees or fuel to place orders on Legolas Exchange. So one big reason why this is so big is because it forces people to, have those tokens. And again, if more people are holding the tokens, the price is only going to go higher. So, and that's not all. They mention here LGO destruction. So for their LGO tokens, it says, they'll charge fees for their tokens, but in order to reduce the reserve that Legolas will hold, they're going to burn 25% of all LGO paid to the exchange as a transaction fee. As a result, the supply of LGO will decrease over time as the activity on Legolas Exchange increases and the demand for each LGO will increase accordingly. So that's amazing. They're actually burning the tokens that they're getting. More people are holding the tokens. The price is going up. I mean, this is a great model here. And it says here they're also providing, they have a provider's pool. So basically, if you're a market maker and you're providing liquidity on the exchange, then they're going to provide you 25% of LGO paid to the exchange to those providers pool. So really, it incentivizes market makers to participate on the exchange and create more liquidity because they're actually getting something for participation. They're getting LGO tokens. So again, this is another advantage. I mean, this is crazy. This is the first that any exchange has done. So this will be interesting to see how this all works out and, how it only makes the price rise, as we go forward. And then basically here it just talks about the token information and their ICOs and basically, their team and, and exactly the background of everyone. So everyone that's working for Legolas, I mean, they have a nice track record. They have a lot of experience and I can't wait to see what they do, after this public ICO starts. Now, they also have a Twitter account. So if you go to @Legolas Exchange, make sure to follow them on Twitter. And they also have a Discord channel. So if you scroll down to January 12th, you can see here they link their Discord channel. So go ahead and join that. You'll get the latest updates. And all of their admins on there are super active. So they really, are transparent and they really communicate with everyone on there. So I think that's great to have transparency and to really, focus on the community as a whole. So, it's great news and I'm so looking forward to this. Again, I'm in the US, so I can't participate in this ICO, but again, for everyone else, definitely recommend participating in this ICO. Not too many people are talking about it right now, but again, once this ICO gets closer, more and more people are going to be talking about this. So if you're outside of the United States, definitely recommend getting in this. I'm sure this is going to blow up, and when they have their, in Q3 of 2018, whenever they do have their release for their version 1 on the exchange, I will definitely be getting on that and, getting some tokens. So with that, I hope this video helped y'all out. Again, if y'all have any questions, please comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and comment if you haven't. Until next time, thanks for watching.